Hello everyone, Jenn Pike here. Well, it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, and I was to be finishing up a fantastic spreecast with my colleague, Dr. Laura Foster, who's co-facilitating the Desire Map program live with me. We are starting this in York Region on January 28th, but we had some pretty fantastic technical difficulties with volume this morning, and so we are moving on to Plan B, which is what you do when things go awry and don't quite operate in the way in which you wish they would. So I am filming this short little video for you today. Laura's going to do the same on her end of things, and Thursday afternoon, her and I are going to come together and we are going to film something together to give you the same fantastic experience that we are hoping to bring you today. So the Desire Map. So many of you have been personally messaging us and sending out emails and asking on our Facebook page more about this program that we're putting together, more about Danielle Laporte herself and the Desire Map. So no, Danielle is not making a special appearance at Rawlicious with us in Newmarket. But what Laura and I are working on bringing you is the Desire Map live to you in a setting where you're working with an incredible group of women to help to really move towards creating goals with soul. And what does that mean? Why are we inspired to do this? Laura and I have both been following Danielle Laporte for many years now, and have worked with each other in a mentorship role in various other mentor networking groups, and have just this really fantastic tribe of women and men around us and colleagues that are constantly helping to elevate us to that next stage and phase in our life through the really scary transitions and changes and realizations, and celebrating the happy times as well too. And something that I think that Danielle Laporte does that's so incredible is she really pushes you in a space and place of no judgment and no expectation, but gets you to understand that it's okay to want it. It's okay to ask for more. It's okay to dream audaciously and be big and bold about your goals, but understanding that your goals are more than that. Your goals are actually desires. You know, we aspire and we hope and we reach and we create the to-do list and we create the strategy and we put it on the calendar and we try and get to that thing, right? The goal that we tell ourselves is going to create a certain feeling or a certain ripple effect or reaction from achieving. Except that when we reach the goal or we get to that point, I mean, it feels great to be able to check it off the list. But I don't know about you, oftentimes I feel like when I hit the things that I think are what I'm supposed to be doing or what I was meant to do, I get there. I love checking off the list, but then I go, okay. It's like you're squatting, getting ready to jump all of the time. So it's like, well, what's next? And then you feel like you have to prepare yourself to move into the next thing. And you see, the reality is, and we've recognized this both as individuals and in chatting with people like you, is that we're not actually chasing the goal. We're chasing down the feeling that we think that we are going to have once we achieve the goal. And so we actually have our achievement ass backwards. We're trying to work it from the outside in versus the inside out. And it's burning us out. I see it every day in my practice. I feel it physically in my own body if I don't live true to being authentic towards, you know, look at my workbook from the Desire Map. I mean, it's rumpled, scrumpled. There's like stains all in it. It's written all over the place. I've got other little notes to myself coming out of it. And this is great because this is where I do a lot of my brainstorming. And I'll be honest with you, some of the questions I sit, you know, and ask myself, because we're working through 5 different levels of who you are as an individual in your life. Some of the questions are questions that we never ask ourselves. So when you're actually looking at these different areas, which are, you know, your livelihood and lifestyle, your body and wellness, creativity and learning, relationships and society, and your essence and spirituality, some of these are big questions that, especially as women and as moms and busy entrepreneurs, when you ask yourself how you actually want to feel about something without filling it in with something where it represents how you want it to impact your children or your spouse or, you know, your home or everyone else around you, when it really comes down to the core essence of how you, the incredible individual, wants to feel, I find it really challenging where I can only answer a few questions at a time and then go and come back from it. And that's why we've split this up. We're meeting with you 4 times over the course of about 5 weeks with each other so that we can get together as this incredible group of women. We can be nourished with beautiful food in a great environment. We can start to ask ourselves these questions and start to steer this place of having a lot of ideas but not having a lot of direction. We can start to steer some of that direction exactly where it needs to go. And then we can come away for a couple of weeks and work on it independently and just notice what we notice happening and shifting around us. And then come back again those 2 weeks later as a group, rejig it, move into a different area of our life now and do that same thing. Come away, have some perspective, see what it feels like, create some reflection, come back, and we do it again. And then we end with a full day on February 28th, 8 hours of really just mapping it out and putting it all together. And, I just always think to myself, like, what if first we got clear on how we actually wanted to feel in our life, and then we set our intentions? Because we do the opposite. And if you sit here and think about it, you recognize you do the exact same thing. You see someone else's achievement, someone else's goal, someone else's lifestyle, relationship, size of their pants, whatever it may be, their business, and you think, that looks really good. I want to try that on for size. So I'm going to make that my new goal. But what's your intention for that? Why? What is it about the look, the shape of that thing, that object, that business, that relationship, that whatever it is that you're looking at? What is it about that? What feeling does that start to kind of wake up inside of you? Because the reality is it's the feeling of what you think is on the other side that you're going after, not necessarily that exact thing. And I hope that makes sense for some of you. If it doesn't, you really need to come and spend the day with us and spend those weeks with us. But can you imagine what'll happen when you get the clarity around that, when you actually on an inside level start to connect to the congruency of why you want to do what it is you think you need to do, and then you start to create your actions? It's pretty incredible. And I'm telling you from experience in my own business, in my own career, my own relationship, my own body, my friendships, in every single thing that I've done in these last 4 years have been the most paramount of anything I've ever done, quite honestly, in my entire life. Everything I've done has led me up to this point. Having a book and a manual and a group of women like I have around me in these last few years has been, words can't even describe the way that it has offered me support and love and caring and understanding and compassion, and also lit a flame under my ass like nobody's business to get me to actually do the things that I was put here for to do. And that is what makes me really passionate, is helping people to see that and to pull that inner thread within them, to get them to that place and space where they can start to self-actualize and they can start to create their own goals with soul. And then we can actually start to move forward, create momentum, and see what can happen. Because all of us have this unlimited potential. And majority of us are exploring it to a small fraction of what is waiting there for you. So I invite you to do less proving and way more living. I invite you to get to a place where what you have inside of you has the ability and the audacity to fully press through and shine out there into the rest of the world and become something that I can promise you take this journey with us, you will never regret it. It's going to be epic. It's going to be memorable. It's going to be life-changing. And it's going to continue to grow from here. So for more information on the Desire Map with myself and Laura Foster, please visit our Facebook page, The Desire Map, Jenn Pike and Laura Foster. Please feel free to email me personally as well at balancing bodies, BALANCING BODIES @rogers.com to answer any questions that you may have. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you soon in Laura's video and on Thursday when the two of us are together answering your questions. Have an amazing day, everyone. Take care.